All right, here we go. So, hey guys, it's Thursday, January 4th already, 2018. My name's Dee Corchin, and just so glad you guys are on the call. I don't know if you were on Tuesday night, but we were doing a celebration on Susan Palace's call just about a lot of great things. We've got so much momentum on our team. I'm just in awe. So I think I'm really starting to see the power of how many people we can affect when we work together as a team. So whether or not you're like helping one person or you've got, 15 clients or how many, together as a team, I think I posted it, but we signed on 78 new clients in the month of December as a team. So like you're one and you're two and my three, and you know what I mean? Like you start, that's where the momentum starts, that we can really start to make a great impact on other people. And just realize that as you're looking ahead to your business and possibly adding health coaches to your team, that will just continue to multiply. And then as crazy as the back office is, and I know there's issues as we're going through the transition, but there are some perks in there. Like I've never been able to see before, what the how many new clients came on. It wasn't easy to find that, but it's very visible. But I could also easily see that, like, as a group, between us all, we had like 440 something people who ordered just under our team. So that's over 400, clients that are being serviced. So thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for your hearts, for serving others. Thank you for saying yes, to this mission and making a difference with somebody else. So just thank you for that. I just want to make sure we don't start the year without that. And so we've got quite a bit on our plate, but I think that anytime we are finishing a year, and then we're going to set the stage for the new year, it is important to look back and reflect, because we don't want to dismiss or overlook our accomplishments. We don't want to dismiss or overlook maybe some opportunity areas, so that they don't trip us up again as we head into 2018. So I'm going to just spend 5 or 6 minutes on this. If you have some scratch paper, I just want you to jot down maybe what comes to mind. You might not have time to fully answer these questions. And what I'll do is I will post the document with the questions on it on our team page after this call. But I just kind of wanted to set the stage as we're moving into the new year. So when you look back on 2017, and I want you to think about all areas of your life. If you think about Optavia and what we represent, we're really representing optimal health in all areas. So your physical health, your mental health, like where are you in terms of your job satisfaction, your relationships with other people, your stress level, things like that. And then also your financial health. So kind of think of it. You may not have something in every arena, but just think big. So take the time to right now, just the first 5 things that pop in your head, the first 5 things, that accomplishments that you are grateful for in 2017 in your life. And then you can go back to this, afterwards, after we hang up. I mean, I really encourage you to take the time to go through the full exercise. But maybe with each one of those things, it might be your weight loss, maybe it was, maybe a physical thing, or maybe the fact you even had the courage to say yes to coaching, whatever it is. But then ask yourself the question, why is that important to you? Why are you proud of yourself for that? And what does it represent? What does it mean to you? Because, I think sometimes, especially with like the business and whatnot, like it means different things to different people. So honoring that is important. And then on the same note, when you look back on 2017, what are some things that you wanted to accomplish but did not? And then when you go back and reflect on this, and again, I would recommend you just do it maybe right when we hang up, ask yourself the question. So if it wasn't accomplished, just ask yourself the question, what was missing? Because what that'll do is that'll hopefully help it open your mind. Sometimes it's simple as I just didn't give it enough attention, or I didn't have a structure or process around it. I let, times maybe you wanted to go on more vacations and it didn't happen. And maybe you just, you didn't plan for it and it, life took over, and before you know it, the year was over. Whatever it might be, just kind of ask yourself the question, what was missing? And it might be a process, it might be a structure, it might mean that you needed some more skill. Maybe it's an area you need more skills, to further development. But whatever it is, let's identify that so that it doesn't trip you up again as we move into 2018. Because what we always want to do is just learn from whatever's going on and hopefully propel forward from it. And then ask yourself the question, can we just close the door and can we call 2017 complete? Right? Without dwelling on things or feeling bad about things or, what I should have done, could have done, whatever. Can we just close the door, call it complete? And we talked about this a little bit on the Tuesday night call, but when it comes to our life, we tend to get so focused on what it is we want, right? Like, so we all have these different goals and things with our families and whatnot that we want to do, that it's very easy. That's why I'm having you take the time to pause and acknowledge your accomplishments and what you're proud of. The next thing is, what are you going to do to celebrate those efforts and those accomplishments? What are you going to do to celebrate? And when are you going to do it? And then as we just kind of wrap up and finish 2017 before we look forward to 2018, the next exercise would be, and I'll print the worksheet and you guys can work on it on your own, is that we just encourage you to maybe list 10 things that you're grateful for in your life. And then to propel into 2018, here's what I'm going to recommend. And again, this will be on the worksheet, is I'm going to recommend that each of us, myself included, that we complete an updated well-being evaluation on ourselves. So this is the tool that we often use for our clients, but even for our clients and most importantly for ourselves, we should be looking at that and reflecting on that, every few months. So if you haven't done one ever, talk to your business coach. What is a well-being evaluation? And I recommend you complete it, and then use that as the benchmark for setting your bigger goals for 2018. Because really what we want to help you do with Optavia is, and with our clients, is that really cast that vision of what it is that you want in your life, and how are we going to use this vehicle and what we have to help you get there. And so usually we talk on monthly goals, etc., but we want those monthly goals to be paving the path to your bigger goal, whether it's a 1-year goal or it might be 1-year goal that's then prepping for your 3-year goal. So the well-being evaluation is a really good idea. And I think as you try to think about what is it I want, I just came across this exercise recently and it was very, very helpful to me. But ask yourself the question, what would my physical health look like if it was a 10? Like in my head, when I see D as a 10 for physical health, what does that mean? And the same question for my mental health. You know, when I see myself as a 10, happy, unstressed, happy person, like what does that look like? And then same thing with your finances. If you had a 10 for a finances, what would that look like? Would it mean that you were debt free, that you had, the ability to tithe and give to charities? Like it all means different things to different people. And so when you're figuring that out, just ask yourself the question, with a 10 in your physical health or a 10 in your finances, why is that important? And then what would it mean to you and your family if you reached that 10, let's say with your finances or your physical health? All right, I know we kind of breezed through that, but I wanted to give you that foundation. Like I said, I'll post the document right afterwards, and I recommend you just fill it out and then just hold on to it. Like when you do your monthly map or whatever, just reference back to it and really talk this out with your business coach. Because I think, we all need to be moving towards something. That's when we're most fulfilled, is when we're pursuing what's important to us. So. All right, so I want to move on next because we got two other things I wanted to just take the time to make sure we're all on board. So who here is either participating in or has clients who are signed up or interested in our focus group that starts on January 8th, starts Monday? So we've been getting a lot of questions about what does it look like? What does it mean? Okay, yay, they signed up, now what? And Julie just did a great live video in our client page, inviting our current clients, to engage with us as well. So Julie's gonna add in a little bit as well. Actually, Julie, why don't you just kind of talk about what it is that we were talking about today in terms of what does the focus group look like? How is that different than business as usual? And then what is the best way for us to keep track of our focus group participants?
Yes. Hey, y'all. I just did that video, so hopefully you guys can encourage your clients. You can just tag them. If they're asking you, they can go watch it and kind of be filled in without us having to say the same thing over and over again. But the group, when we did it last June, I think was our first big one that we did. It was so helpful for me. I wrote down on a sheet of paper exactly who all was starting. And then I made sure that I had everybody written down, had a health assessment. And then I recorded all of their weigh-ins the beginning of the month. And then I made sure to record it at the end of the month. So I had a list, and Dee, I think, asked us, she said, what did everybody's month, how did everybody do? And so I was able to go back to that list and say, this person lost 10 pounds, this person lost 16 pounds. So I was able to quantify, and we could see numbers of like, what was the average weight loss. So for me, it just meant writing down in my notebook or on a sheet of paper who all was starting. So I made a list, and I have a column for current clients. I have a column for inactive clients that are back on and joining the group, and then brand new clients that came about through December Dash or this month. So I know how many are in each category, so I have an idea of who's all starting. And then as they're all weighing in next Monday, you can get all of their weigh-ins. And then also, Dee had a great idea too. Make sure you mention taking a before and after picture, because so many of them don't want to do that and they don't think about it, but they're going to kick themselves in a month, 2 months. They're going to wish they had taken the picture. So just reminding them of that. And then one other thing that I did, it's maybe a little extra work, and I can post it in our group, but I kind of modified. Dee, you had when we signed up as coaches for the focus group, it sends like a welcome response. Mm-hmm. So I actually kind of edited it, and I sent it out to all of my clients and included it in my welcome email to brand new clients. And I said in there, make sure you have your posts set to see all posts in our Eat, Live, and Be Optavia group. We would love for you to engage. Please be sharing in there. So I included that little note in the welcome email to all of my current clients and then ones that are reactivating and getting back on board. So I can share that if that's something you want to send out to your clients too as a welcome email. But I think just reminding people to get in our group and be active is make sure they're seeing everything too.
That is such a good point, Julie. If you would post what you shared, or copy of that letter, that email. With Facebook, the algorithms on Facebook, they just keep changing. And if somebody, they can go into the notification section, and I like to tell my clients to do this, is that when we add them into that group, if they'll themselves go into the notification section, it's up in the upper right corner, and put that they want to see all post, then everything will show up in their news feed. If we don't do that, Facebook decides for us what's going to show up in other people's news feeds. And so if they're not specifically intentionally going into our Eat, Live, and Be Optavia page, they may not be seeing our post, and what's going to happen as far as what to expect is the way I describe the focus group to, whether it's a current client, a new client, or a returning client, is I say that this is 30 days to fully embrace everything that our program offers. So what that means is number one, I'm telling this to my client, you and I are going to have our one-to-one relationship. I'm going to help you get going on the program the first few days, and then we're going to talk once a week. 5-10 minutes, but we'll, so I kind of just reinforce that's a big piece. That's the first thing. Second thing is you're going to commit to the eating plan. The third thing is that you'll watch the weekly Habits of Health webinar on Wednesday nights, that you'll either watch it or watch it on replay. Because I think if we can plug our clients in early, this is called integration. If we can integrate our clients soon into everything, they're more likely to be successful and hopefully not just latch onto this as just a diet, right? That they abandon and back and forth. So even current clients, I think even that sometimes is a step if that enforces them. And then the last thing is that every day at like 6:30 a.m., there will be a specific focus group post that shows up in our Eat, Live, and Be Optavia page. And it'll say like focus group day 1. And actually, I think they start this weekend. I got to go in and just double check that. It's an automated program that I use. But it'll actually go in and be like, okay, welcome to day 1 of the focus group. Tell us why you're here. Like, what's your goal? What do you want? And the goal is to really start building that community where they'll go hopefully respond to it. So encourage your clients, like when you do talk to them, like, hey, did you see today's post? What did you think? So some will be very simple, just read it, a little inspirational picture. Most of them have kind of a call to action that they want them to respond. But then some will say, like a Wednesday one will say, watch the webinar tonight. But some might say, read chapter 3 in Dr. A's Habits of Health. So it's going to be pointing them to what's going to help. But that's it. What I tell my people is that, there'll be a daily post, 6:30 in the morning. Look at it whenever you can each day. And it shouldn't take you more than, 5 minutes. So that's the thing with our clients. We really want to let them know that none of this takes a lot of their time. Questions around that?
The other thing is people were asking me, so do I have to be somewhere?
Yeah.
On the 8th, like, where do I need to be? And you can tell them you don't have to be anywhere. That's the beauty, is it's all going to be in our Facebook group. And we'll, we had talked about as a team doing Facebook lives too throughout maybe the next month. It's kind of doing those dispersed. And so I think you can just tell people we'll have extra accountability and just motivation in the group, but it's all online.
I have a question.
Sure.
So it's not too late, obviously. For some reason, I heard things are being sent to you. So if you haven't received it, what is that? Is I or something wrong?
No, no. So basically, we can still accept clients now. Like if you had a new client, I was just talking to somebody about the focus group, and she was like, well, what if I don't order till tomorrow? What happens? And I said, well, you know what? We'll go ahead and drop you into our client page, and you can read the email. You're going to get some emails from me. You can start reading those daily posts. Your food will be here. Your program will provide.
That's just food that they were talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like it would do it, like that'll arrive early next week, and then
Okay,
they can
got it.
hop on the eating plan as soon as their food arrives or the program arrives.
Okay, thank you.
So how do we add them to the Facebook group? Do we just ask you to add them, or how does that work?
To the actual focus group?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so actually each coach is going to keep track of their own list of people. I'm going to probably do I'll do a post over the weekend and just say, so excited about the focus group. If you're participating or you're a coach who has clients participating, just let's list off the names. And you can add their names there. Okay. But basically, you can just keep track of it yourself, Courtney. Okay. And then, I don't need to really know. All I'm going to really want to know from you at the end is how many people did you have participate and what was their average weight loss.
Okay. And so they're already in the focus group 6:30 a.m. message just because they're in the Optavia group.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we decided not to do a separate separate Facebook group for it because it was just going to be confusing. And quite frankly, anybody who's in that Eat, Live, and Be Healthy page, even if they didn't specifically sign up for it, the focus group is going to benefit from what's being shared.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And then just to follow up on what Julie said about a before picture for our clients. I was just talking to a coach the other day, and she said, my clients never send me pictures. My clients don't send me the pictures. So I've had pretty good luck with it. I mean, a lot of you guys are my clients, so you kind of went through the process with me. But typically what I do is when I do the night before call for somebody, so it's the day before they're going to start the program, we're going over the program protocol. What I say to them is this, is like, hey, okay, I'm going to call you the next 3 days. Once you get going, you're going to have questions, and it'll just be 3 or 4 minutes, but it's going to do a quick touch base, make sure you're feeling okay. But here's what we're going to do. Tomorrow morning, I want you to weigh yourself first thing in the morning, and you can text me your weight. And then I'll say, and then what I also want you to do, and you may not want to do this, but I'll tell you why it's important, is I really think that either tonight or in the morning, go ahead and take a few before pictures of yourself. And I always just say, wear something fitted, like something workout wear. And then I tell them why it's important. And I just say, you know what, you're going to start this journey, and I don't want you to just see it and experience it by a number on the scale, because you're going to lose a lot of inches. And there's going to be times when you may not feel like you're making progress. But if you take another picture, I can do a side by side for you, and you'll be able to visually see it, because sometimes we can't see it on ourselves. So that tends to resonate. And then what I do is the next day, if it's day one, and I'm checking in with them that afternoon and they haven't sent me a picture yet, I just kind of play dumb. And I'm like, check out the whole day. And I'm like, did you send me your picture yet? So I'm not really letting them off the hook. Did you send me your picture yet? Oh, I forgot to take whatever. Okay, well, no problem. You haven't lost that much weight yet. Go ahead and take it tonight, and it'll still be good, and you can send it tomorrow. And then I just do that. Now, does everybody? No, but a high percentage do. And I just keep it light and fun. So hopefully that's helpful to you, because I'll tell you, I didn't take before pictures. And then when I wanted to share my transformation with people, it was really hard, because I just didn't have that to show to people. So, so that's why we want to encourage it, because we know a lot of our clients do become coaches, and hopefully you guys have before pictures, but it certainly makes sharing what you're doing much easier when you have them. All right. Well, very good. Hey, Julie, I wanted to ask you real quick. Looks like your new coach is on the line. I wanted to ask if you would introduce your new coach to our team.
Yay. Yes. Kelsey is just jumped on board yesterday, right? Officially. She's actually one of Caroline's clients. And this just shows you never know when coaching is right for somebody, because back a couple months ago when they had the sponsoring calls, they were saying, just ask any clients see if they're interested in coaching. It's a great next step. So I texted Kelsey and Caroline, and I said, Kelsey, are you interested in coaching? Because there's a call. And I think I texted you probably like a couple hours before, right? I said, are you interested in coaching? And she said, maybe. And I said, well, you can jump on this call tonight and you can hear more. And so she did. And then she came to our next meeting that we do at Whole Foods. She came and got to hear about coaching. We talked a little bit more. And then Caroline and I kept talking about it. And then she decided, yep, I'm ready. So she officially jumped on with us yesterday. Do you want to share anything quickly, Kelsey?
Not anything in particular, I guess. I'm just super excited. Signed up my sister. So she is starting. She is getting married in August, so she's very excited to move forward and see where this takes her. And keep my fingers crossed that maybe her fiance will join in with us as well, but I haven't gotten him quite on board yet. But yeah, I'm super excited. Just want to learn a whole lot, and so I hope in the next week or so I can kind of get through all the material and really get on board.
Well, very good. Well, you've got great leaders with Caroline and Julie to guide your way. So welcome. And what's been your experience on the program, Kelsey? Have you lost weight?
Yep. So just shy of 30 pounds.
Wow.
Kind of got a little derailed during the holidays. I didn't gain anything, but I didn't lose anything, so I maintained. So I was like, you know what? Considering it's the holidays and I'm spending time with family and friends, I was like, I'm perfectly fine with that. So kind of refocus this week and, really right back at it. So I'm hopeful that, over the course of the next couple months, I can kind of get down to my goal weight, especially before my sister's wedding. I've got plenty of time, I think.
Yeah, I have no doubt you'll be there. No doubt. And what's nice now, though, I mean, hopefully, usually when you start to coach somebody else, it kind of kicks yourself into gear. It's like, whoa, I got to get my act together here, So.
Yeah, and my coworker at work signed up under Caroline. And so, but every single day, he started on Monday. And every single day since then, he comes over to my desk and he just questions. And I'm like, oh my goodness, Steve. So it's good because he's kind of keeping me in check too, because he'll come over and he'll be like, ooh, have you had this one? Or what should I do about this? And so it's definitely keeping me in check as well, making sure that, I'm still drinking my water and having my feelings every 3 hours. So
excellent. Well, that's such a great example too, when I'm sure you referred that coworker to Caroline, before you were ready to coach. And we always, good reminder, I mean, if you guys get a referral, the first thing I always do is say, you know what, have you thought about coaching, or what would you think about helping? Because this person, they know you and they sit next to you at work and they're going to talk your ear off, so you might as well get paid for it. So now you're probably like, shoot, wish he was mine. So,
so.
Well, very good. Well, welcome. We're so glad you're on the team. And speaking of that, this is a nice transition, and it kind of snuck up on us because of the holidays and everything. But once a year, the company does something called Elevate Now in January. And this is a national event. Basically, it's a national thing where there's a lot of mini events around the country, really designed to bring people together, to bring awareness to what it is we offer, how we're different, all the layers of Optavia to people, and really help people, whether they're on program, considering becoming a coach, maybe they don't know about coaching, that's an option, even for a coach, painting the picture of what's possible, really taking the opportunity to help propel people forward to their next move. So it is honestly, because a lot of you guys don't live in our area, you live in different places. It is intended that individual coaches would host an event, maybe if it's just in your living room with 5 people. Invite your clients or your coworker that you've been talking to about the program, that it would be an opportunity that you could have people over and just say, you know what, this is just a great opportunity to really be exposed to what Optavia is, the full offering, and, the type of people, who we are, what our mission is. Dr. Anderson will do a recording, and if you've never heard Dr. Anderson speak, he will inspire anybody to move to their next level. He's just so passionate about what he does, but really is good about helping people bring clarity to what it is in their current scenario that maybe they'd like to change, and inspiring them to move forward. And so it'll be a recording that'll be available. And so like if you had people over, you could then put on this recording on your DVD, have a little social time, whatever, chit chat, talk, be able to show this together and then have conversation about it. So we've got a week. It's on January 13th. But because it is a recording, even if you thought like, oh my gosh, that's too soon, like Julie Apple in Charlotte Julie's group already had an event scheduled for January 20th. So they're going to make that their Elevate Now event. But you can go to the back office. If you go to coachanswers.optavia.com, there's a lot of information back there about what is Elevate Now. If you wanted to host one, what would it look like? How would you invite? Who would you invite? And even like, things in the back office that emails that you could send and templates and postcards and that sort of thing. So scripts on what to say. So if you're in the Charlotte area or you're in the Atlanta area, we are doing a larger physical group event on Saturday the 13th, which is a week from this Saturday, at Shine Health and Wellness right here in East Cobb. And it'll go from 9 to 11. And so if you're local here, I encourage you to attend yourself, especially if you're a newer coach. If you have not attended any of our events, just really, it gives you an idea just to kind of meet other coaches, really get a feel for the difference you're making in this world, because we will have some client success stories. We'll have some coach stories and things like that. And then we'll be doing a full trilogy presentation too. So we have space for about 50 people. And we really, we want all of our coaches there, but remember, we're really looking to, move other people forward. So the kinds of people that I would recommend that you think about inviting are anybody who's maybe been on your candidate list for the program that hasn't said yes yet, or somebody you'd like the opportunity to maybe expose them to it. It gives you a reason to circle back with them. Just say, hey, you know what, we're having an event on Saturday. You can just come and learn more about the program, maybe hear some other, meet some other clients that are on program and get a better feel for it. You can invite your current clients to it. Let them really see it. Often, our clients come in very tunnel visioned, just thinking it's just you and this eating plan, and so they can come and just be exposed to the bigger picture. And then, especially if you have people that you really think would be great coach candidates, that's a great opportunity to expose them to what's possible. And then the last would be any health coach candidates you have. So for example, I'm talking to a girl today. She has no idea really about what Optavia is. So her attending that meeting would just be a great opportunity to really get a full presentation and all of that. So like I said, there are invites. And so we're just asking any local coach that come, your admission is we really want you to bring somebody with you. And it'll be fun. We're going to have like a breakfast buffet thing. And we'll have fuelings. We'll have plan-friendly foods. It'll be a very intimate, fun thing. It's only 2 hours. So I'll post more information about that. We have a flyer. We have a Eventbrite that people can register. There's no charge for it. And so we'll put that out there. And Julie, I'm sure you'll do the same for your Charlotte event. Questions around that? No? All right. Well, very good. I know it's 8:34, so I want to let you guys go. Thank you for taking your Thursday night to take time to invest in yourself and your business. And look forward to seeing you guys again next week. Thanks so much.